It's been great. We all been competing with each other, getting after it. Everyone been, learning the playbook, getting more comfortable. I feel more comfortable in the defense now that, I played last season and knowing a lot more and following the older guys. So I feel like it's been beneficial. That helped me a lot. So I'm looking forward to next season.
You obviously worked a lot of one-on-ones, pregame stuff with Minka. What did you get out of that? And was that something that he initiated or you initiated? How'd that work out?
It's just something that he did, and I kind of like looked at it like, yeah, well, I can learn something from him. He's gonna be a first-round guy, so why not? So I always went out there with him and paid attention to everything that he did, so I can carry on and take that forward to my personal ability.
They talked about excuse me, with the cornerback not looking in the backfield, trying to, I guess, anticipate a play, focus on your man. How do you improve in that area?
I try not to look at the quarterback at all. The coach always say, you look at the quarterback, he's gonna watch him complete the pass. So I try not to have my eyes, looking in the backfield and doing stuff like that.
How much has that been? I mean, you're one of those athletes that can kind of do a little bit of everything. How much of that has that been a challenge? Because obviously, as a receiver,
right,
you're watching the quarterback, watching that. So how much you have had to fight that?
Last season, I had to fight that a lot, but transferring over to cornerback has helped me a lot. I try not to look at the quarterback. I kind of got over it, so I don't need to look at the quarterback no more.
Being an ex-receiver, does that help you actually as a cornerback because you kind of know what the receiver's thinking?
Yeah, I can see the releases of what they're thinking about because I'll be like, okay, if I was a wide receiver, I would do this release. So it helped me a lot.
What do you like better, receiver?
Trevon, try to answer towards the camera when you answer instead of looking at them because they end up getting your ear.
All right. Well, I like DB now. I gotta learn to love it.
What's that been like, you and Trevon, kind of that new crowd there in the secondary,
right,
whole new kind of potential starting lineup? What's that been like with you and him?
It's been great. Trevon, one of my good friends. I knew him before this, so it's just a lot of guys competing and just having fun with it, having a good time. So we just trying to focus on learning all the plays and building that foundation on the defense.
Do you ever learn anything from your brother, or do you still talk? Do you talk with him? Does he give you any tips, anything like that?
Yeah. Every time we go home, I try to get releases and do stuff like that with him. He tells me, different wide receiver tricks and stuff that they do, so I use that in my ability and just try to think like a wide receiver when I'm at DB.
How would you stack up going against him on a one-on-one?
Oh, I would win that matchup.
When you watch that play, obviously the big play at the end of the playoff game, was it kind of a great moment for your brother? Was it kind of a nightmare play, thinking from a defensive back, how that play went down for him?
It's just, I feel like that was God's plans. He just made a good play on the ball, and the defensive back, I guess, I don't know, he just had missed the tackle, so he's made a good play.
Were you there for it?
Yeah, I was there. I was watching. I was excited for him. I was cheering him on, and I thought they was going to lose, but he had did that and just put a smile on my face.
Was it be tough to talk to? He get his head to unswell after a moment like that? Was he pretty?
Yeah, he was pretty excited. Never seen him cry before, and that just made him cry. So it was just a cheerful moment.
What's that like, those one-on-ones? I hear y'all do a lot more of those. Like, really, anytime you're around one another, you're competing at something. What's that like between you and your brothers? Really, both of them.
It's real competitive. We will be at a cookout or a family event, and we'll start talking to each other, and we'll just do one-on-ones there. We always have our cleats with each other, so we always try to get as much work as possible because I rarely see him. So when I see him, I always just try to work with him and do stuff like that.
Do you always bring your cleats with you?
Everywhere.
Just like in your car?
I always keep cleats in my car, in my backpack, everywhere.
Just never know when a practice is going to break.
So how does that start out? I mean, like, how do these competitions just...
We just be talking, he's really hard working, so he always plans to get work wherever he's at. Where it doesn't matter if he goes on a trip or somewhere, he's always trying to work. And I feel like that helped me because when I see him do that, makes me want to work hard too. So I just work with him.
What's the best play you ever got on him? Like, in one of those one-on-ones, can you something come to mind?
So every time we do one-on-ones or something, we always record it, but if I get him, he'll take my phone and delete it, so I don't ever get a chance to post anything.
Does he get a couple on you and then post those, or is that?
Yeah, he gets a couple on